this video I will show you the correct setting for the aperture of the lens. This lens has different aperture settings. It can range from below 2.8 up to higher than 11. What does that mean? The number means the lens opening. The lower the number, the more open the lens will be, and the higher the number, the more closed the aperture or the lens will be. If the lens is more closed, less light will go through the lens and the image will be darker. I will demonstrate it with the software, but to do that I need to switch off the auto exposure levels, because the Pictor is so smart that if it notices that more light is used to expose the darker image, it will automatically do so. So only in the manual mode I switch off auto exposure levels right now. I can demonstrate it. What I will do now is I will open the aperture, which means from 5.6 I will go towards a lower number, towards 2.8. You will see two things. You will see that I'm rotating the aperture and that the image will become lighter, all the way to overexposed. That is because I just opened the aperture. If I move the other direction, the opposite will happen. The lens will close and the image will become darker and darker and darker. If I put back the aperture to 5.6, we have the correct setting. At 5.6 the lens is the sharpest and that's what you want. But this is a very good lens, so you can use higher and lower numbers too, but 5.6 would be the sharpest part. If I now switch on auto exposure levels, I will show you how smart the Pictor is. If I now will close the aperture, which means going towards a higher number, towards 11, you will see that the LED control will automatically increase the amount of light being used, where the maximum would be 299. And if I open the aperture, the opposite will happen. The computer will automatically correct. It will just reduce the light being used to expose the film. So for the operator in the auto level mode, it's quite difficult to see the correct aperture because the light will adapt. That's why I always advise to set it at 5.6, and you can even lock it by rotating the lock nut, and now it's locked. What is nice, the ability to change the aperture. In some cases you will encounter an extremely dark film. Then it's nice that you can control the aperture. You will just open up the lens, more light will hit the sensor, and you will be able to even capture that almost impossible film.